You tell me how you feel about this, Sean. Pound for pound, RJ Barrett, best Nick through 7 games. And this is with missing 2 games. Maybe neck and neck with Mitchell Robinson if you want to put it for the games played, but right now I think he for the most part has exceeded a lot of people's expectations.
So I would say I think it's Mitch because of the 2 missed games, but he's number 2. And you could say he's 1A. Listen, we probably beat Cleveland if RJ plays. And the game I forgot to just touch earlier was Milwaukee. That game, listen, the Knicks, both teams took 39 threes. Milwaukee hit 19 of 39. We were, I believe, 10 for 39. That's the ball game. Yep. I believe that if RJ plays, we probably win one of those games. So there's your 4-3 right there. But it's amazing. Like someone asked me, like, what do you think RJ's doing differently this year? And I mean, yes, you could say he's hitting threes, make or miss league. He's making the right basketball play. He's not forcing it. Like, too often, listen, RJ Barrett has an elite skill of I can get to the bucket anytime I want. And I think a lot of people underestimate that, or they downplay that. And listen, RJ isn't the fastest person. He's not Tween Hezzy. He's not part of Tween Hezzy gang.
He don't got the Louis bag. He has a duffel bag. He got the I don't even know if he has a JanSport. He might have the Amazon Essentials. He might have the Amazon Essentials because he does exactly what you need him to do. We might be stepping up from Amazon Essentials. We might be going to luxury. This year might be the leap to luxury brand bags right now.
You're hilarious. The Amazon Essentials bag. Yeah, I'm stealing that.
If you know, and I know a lot of y'all know.
So he doesn't have that crazy bag, but he can get to the rim. But there's so many times where he would just decide, I'm putting this shot up no matter what, and get to the rim and get his shit boarded. Like, get his shit punched, right? Right now, and it started with game 3 of the Cleveland series last year. There was a hiccup in game 6 in Miami. We're not going to talk about the Rucker, but he has played very, very well since, and he's making the right basketball. He's taking what the defense is giving him, and he's making the right plays. And listen, as I said on Twitter, because against Atlanta, he hit that little midi off the dribble jumper, and I was like, listen, if that's in his bag, if he can hit jumpers off the dribble, top 25 player in the league, full stop. Argue with your mama if you disagree.
Exactly, man. Yeah, I'm looking at his numbers now for the season. He's over 51% true shooting. Even for that, in the first 7 games, 5 games for him, that's highly important because we've been used to the RJ Barrett slow start. Yes. We've been used to that year after year after year. I do think the FIBA effect helped RJ immensely because he was able to play ball and play competitive ball against high-level talent throughout the summer. So when he came into training camp, he was already ready for the season. He probably got the slow start kinks out in overseas, right? He probably got him out in that tournament, and now he's in his own version of midseason form, which means he's fully capable and ready. I definitely agree with you on the decision making, and I think there's a confidence factor as well. I think he's been ready for this leap, and he's finding his niche within the offense. I do think there's a lot to be desired with the way the ball is distributed. I think Quentin Grimes is a weapon that's being left in the cellar and not being fully utilized. It's almost like when you play a video game and you have to learn and get experience points to get all these moves, and you have this cool move that you only do once in a while because you're like, oh, if I press L1 plus X, that's what happens. And I love these other moves, but this move is kind of cool. I should probably do it more. That's how I feel about Quentin Grimes in the offense. But with RJ, it just seems like he's taking the most, for him, the most efficient shots he can take using the best of his skills. He's a downhill driver. He's doing that every single time. He's picking and choosing when he can maneuver in the lane and he hit this scoop shot over Zubac. I believe Zubac or Plumlee, he hit the scoop shot going from right to left with the left hand that I thought was crazy at first, but he had the angle when I saw it on the replay. He's taking more corner threes, which are the most efficient 3-point shots, or the most highly likely for you to hit 3-point shot that you can make. And I love the fact that he's doing this every single time. And if he's able to build on it, this once again unlocks another part of the Knicks offense that I think can take them leaps and bounds beyond where they think they're going to go. Because then you'd have 3 bona fide guys that you can count on, and RJ stepping up to be that. And the defense, of course, it's still stout. Their number, as of this recording, they're second in defensive net rating, third in defensive points allowed per 100 possessions, fifth in steals. The defense, and a lot of that is Mitchell Robinson. A lot of that is their second unit clamping down. Shout out to DiVincenzo, best game as a Knick so far. Hart starting to look like Josh Hart. Shout out to you, Sean. He ain't hesitating. He's putting them up now. Make or miss, he's putting them up.
Shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball. That's it, Josh. We don't care. We don't care. As long as you do your Josh Hart stuff, but you gotta shoot. Because if you don't, they're going to pack the paint and they're going to sag off of you. And he can hit, even at the corner threes, he can hit those. And he can hit those consistently. So I love the way they're also working to find everybody in their spots. So I think 3 and 4, a lot of Knicks fans would have taken that, probably would have said, would have more preferred 4 and 3. But the other takeaway I have is I don't really fear any team right now after these first games. And yes, I know everybody's getting acclimated to each other. They're trying to fill each other out. They're trying to figure things out. Potential-wise, I think if the Knicks play their game, they're in it. They're in it with any team. It's just going to come down to who can hit the shots. Who can hit the shots when it matters. You need that offense down the stretch.
Yeah, and I'll say real quick about RJ. Like I used to call him, I will call him Mark Teixeira, because if you remember, Mark Teixeira would bat 187 every April. Every year, slow start, 192, no home runs, 3 RBI, and then he'd warm up. And I was like, okay, this dude is Mark Teixeira. But this season, he's not. He started off fast. I think also you hit the nail on the head with FIBA, but you've left out one thing. Spending a month with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and becoming a foul merchant, a foul line merchant. That's helped, because guess what? We said it all the time. If you take 2 of those drives where he would get his shit punched and replace those with you got fouled and went to the line, the efficiency goes through the roof. That's all. Just turn those 2 missed shots into 4 free throws. And if you hit 3 to 4 free throws, we're Gucci.
6 of 6 from the line last night, and Randall as well, 6 of 6. Please hit your free throws. I am begging y'all this season, because them first few games were rough, and I know it was rough across the league, but man, y'all gotta hit something. Like that one, I think it was the Boston game where they missed like 12 free throws. And I bet if somebody does the numbers of the history of Knick games when they miss 10 plus free throws, they gotta be in like the 1 percentile of winning, which means they've been losing a lot. They gotta be on that other end of the spectrum, because it's just what it is.